Filipinos are being removed from major American cities without warning. Families torn apart, lives uprooted. This isn't your typical ICE raid. It's a quiet, calculated system designed to disappear entire communities. Over the next few minutes, we'll expose this hidden deportation machine. We'll take you inside the cities, the courtrooms, the very homes where this is happening. Discover which cities are quietly targeting Filipino communities and why your loved ones might be at risk next. It's about justice, accountability, and shining a light on a growing threat to our communities. Houston, Texas, a city known for its sprawling skyline, vibrant neighborhoods, and a spirit of opportunity that draws people from all over the world. It's the energy capital of America, home to NASA's Johnson Space Center, and a place where dreams are launched, both into space and into new lives. Over the years, Houston has become a growing hub for Filipino immigrants, who bring their hopes, skills, and traditions to this bustling metropolis. But beneath the surface of this thriving city, a different story is quietly unfolding, one marked by fear, anxiety, and a sense of uncertainty that shadows daily life for many. For decades, Filipinos have been the backbone of Houston's medical centers, construction sites, and restaurants. Their hard work and dedication have helped shape the city's identity and keep its economy moving. But now, a new threat looms. Filipino workers and their families are being singled out, targeted in ways that disrupt their sense of safety and belonging. Workplace raids by immigration authorities are on the rise, sending shockwaves through the community and leaving many to wonder if they'll be next. ICE agents, often disguised as customers or even fellow employees, now descend on local businesses without warning. They demand documentation, scrutinize every detail, and leave a trail of fear in their wake. These aren't random sweeps. Each raid is calculated, often set in motion by anonymous tips, rumors, or even personal vendettas. Sometimes all it takes is a single phone call to put an entire workplace under suspicion. Deep, invasive document checks have become the new norm. Every form, every signature, every date is examined with a fine-tooth comb. Even minor discrepancies, like a misspelled name or a decades-old clerical error, are now being weaponized. These small mistakes can be used as grounds for detention or even deportation, tearing families apart. A missing signature, an outdated address, or a forgotten form, what once might have been overlooked now carries devastating consequences for individuals and their loved ones. The fear is real and growing, friendships are strained as trust erodes, and neighbors begin to look at each other with suspicion, unsure of who might be watching or reporting. The Filipino community in Houston now lives under a constant shadow of suspicion, where every knock at the door or unexpected phone call brings a fresh wave of anxiety. In this climate, even the slightest misstep, a forgotten document, a simple error, can upend a life, forcing families to make impossible choices and say painful goodbyes. Chicago, the Windy City, is a city of dreams and opportunity, where the skyline glows with promise and the streets pulse with the energy of countless cultures. Among its many communities, the Filipino community stands out, resilient, close-knit, and deeply rooted in the city's fabric. They gather in parks, celebrate traditions, and build lives filled with hope. But beneath the surface, a quieter struggle unfolds. Here, deportation isn't always a dramatic raid. It's a slow, agonizing process that creeps into daily life, often unnoticed by the outside world. It starts subtly. A letter arrives in the mail, or the phone rings unexpectedly. The message is never loud, but it's always unsettling. Sometimes it's just a request for updated documents, a form to fill out, or a reminder to check in with authorities. These small asks seem harmless at first, yet these routine communications are often the first step in a silent removal, a process that begins quietly but can end in heartbreak. In Chicago, bureaucracy is weaponized. A labyrinth of paperwork, endless forms, and shifting deadlines creates a maze that's nearly impossible to navigate without error. Regulations change, requirements pile up, and the smallest misstep can send someone spiraling into uncertainty. The system is designed to trip people up, not to help them succeed. Even minor errors, a misspelled name, a missing signature, or a single unchecked box, can trigger a cascade of consequences. A missed appointment, a forgotten deadline, or a misunderstood instruction can mean the difference between staying and being forced to leave. The stakes are impossibly high. Families are being torn apart not by force, but by bureaucratic attrition. The pain is quiet, but it cuts deep, leaving children without parents, and parents without hope. The system wears people down day after day until exhaustion and fear take over. Many are left with no choice but to pack their bags and leave the only home they've known. It's not about major violations but minor oversights. Tiny mistakes that become insurmountable obstacles. The process is relentless, unforgiving, and deeply personal. The message is clear. Even the smallest mistake can cost you everything. A single error can erase years of hard work and dreams for a better future. Hope fades as the process drags on, with each passing day feeling heavier than the last. Time becomes an enemy, and uncertainty a constant companion. For many it's a slow erasure from the city they call home, a quiet disappearance marked not by headlines but by the silent heartbreak of families left behind. Los Angeles, the City of Angels, is a place where dreams are supposed to come true, where people from all over the world arrive in search of new beginnings and brighter futures. But beneath the glittering skyline and the promise of opportunity, a different reality unfolds for many immigrants. This city is home to the largest Filipino population outside the Philippines, a vibrant community that has contributed so much to the culture, economy, and spirit of Los Angeles. Generations of Filipino families have built their lives here, hoping to find safety and stability. Yet for many, the pursuit of justice is being twisted into a weapon of deportation. Everyday encounters, a simple traffic stop, a minor infraction, or even a paperwork error, can suddenly put someone on the path to removal from the country they call home. A reopened visa case or a missed deadline can spiral into detention and years-long legal limbo. The immigration courts are overwhelmed with backlogs stretching for years, and legal aid is scarce, leaving many to navigate a complex system alone. These delays are not just bureaucratic hiccups, they are used as pressure tactics, pushing people to give up hope and accept deportation, even when they have every right to stay. Even those with legitimate claims, people fleeing violence, seeking asylum, or reuniting with family, are caught in this dragnet, trapped in a system that seems designed to wear them down. Justice delayed is justice denied, and in Los Angeles, that delay is tearing families apart, separating parents from children, and leaving loved ones in anguish. The emotional toll is immeasurable, and the scars can last a lifetime. The system is broken, and the Filipino community, like so many others, pays the price, facing uncertainty, heartbreak, and the constant threat of being torn from the place they call home. New York City, a beacon of diversity, but for Filipinos, a new threat is emerging: surveillance technology. CCTV, facial recognition, and tracking systems are everywhere. Filipinos are being singled out, their movements tracked, their data analyzed. A MetroCard swipe, a social media post, each detail builds a case. Facial recognition is used at protests, community gatherings, even places of worship. Algorithms flag legal delays as violations, eroding due process. In New York, Big Brother is watching. And for Filipinos, technology meant for safety is now a tool for deportation. San Francisco, the tech capital and home to a large Filipino population. Here, digital redlining is putting Filipinos at risk. Online activity, social media, and search histories are scrutinized. Landlord disputes and aid applications are flagged, exposing individuals to deportation. Technology meant to connect us is now used to surveil and divide. In San Francisco, your digital footprint can be your downfall. For Filipinos, even existing online is fraught with risk. Dallas, Texas, a city with a sizable Filipino community. Here, even seeking healthcare is risky. Hospital audits meant to root out fraud have become tools for immigration enforcement. Visa issues are exposed in clinics. Patients are questioned about their status. Parents fear taking sick children to the doctor. Pregnant women avoid prenatal care. Chronic illnesses go untreated as fear spreads. The chilling effect is undeniable. In Dallas, healthcare is no longer a right, it's a risk. The very institutions meant to heal now inspire fear. San Diego, California, close to the US-Mexico border. But for Filipinos, that proximity is a curse. Family separations start at routine checkpoints. Parents detained, children left behind. Mobile courtrooms expedite deportations, often without due process. Minor paperwork issues, missing signatures, expired documents, justify immediate deportation. Families are torn apart in rapid succession. In San Diego, the border is a liability. For Filipinos, the American dream is now a risk. Phoenix, Arizona, a city where anti-immigrant sentiment is rising. ICE raids now target churches, community centers, even weddings. Relief programs and charities are pressured to share information with ICE. Families fear attending church. Children avoid Sunday school. The Filipino community's fabric woven by faith is unraveling. In Phoenix there is no sanctuary, not in homes, communities, or places of worship. Seeking solace in faith is now fraught with risk. Nowhere feels safe. Miami, Florida, a magnet for Filipino immigrants in tourism and hospitality. But the crackdown on the cruise ship industry is devastating Filipino workers. ICE raids target both documented and undocumented workers on ships. Legal workers are detained, visas revoked, lives upended. Families separated, livelihoods destroyed. The cruise industry, long reliant on Filipino labor, traps workers in debt and exploitation. In Miami, even legal work offers no safety. The American dream can quickly become a nightmare. Washington, D.C., where the blueprint for silent deportation is drawn. Forget dramatic raids. This is about dismantling legal protections and weaponizing bureaucracy. Retroactive rule changes and twisted policies expand the pool of deportable individuals. Filipinos are often the test case, bearing the brunt of new policies. Social media, political affiliations, even dissent are scrutinized. In D.C., laws meant to protect are now used against us. The fight for justice is now a fight against a rigged system. We've traveled across the country, witnessing the silent deportation machine in action. Is this just the beginning, or a calculated strategy to reshape America? Let us know in the comments, and share this video with someone who has family in the US. They need to know what's happening before it's too late. Silence is no longer an option. The future of our communities depends on it.